Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Storm King's Thunder. Our party had a bit of a intense session last time round. In this session, they somehow managed to not only defy the greatest threat that the world has ever known, and stealing away Storm King Hecaton from a prison. They dived down 1,000 feet atop a ship to defeat a possessed or Kraken-aligned crew before the Kraken itself could arrive, teleporting out just as the tentacles came to destroy the ship in which they were, returning back to the Maelstrom, the Storm Giant's main place of operation, but also where all giants go to court. This is the Storm King's court. He had a moment of tender embrace with his brother Uthor and Cerisa, his daughter. Harshnag was there at some point. And the giant then proceeded to gift the players with means of defeating the greatest rival they currently have. One Imrith, the Doom of the Desert, as she's been referred to. This item that he presented to them was the Claw of Worm Rune, if I'm quite correct. This item allows them to absolutely wreck dragons. It is a wondrous item which requires attunement, and needless to say, they can use it to absolutely, depending on who wields it, can cause a great deal of difficulty for the beast itself, possibly turning the fight in their favor. As well as this, Hecaton has offered out gifts, boons, to each party member. He has promised the aid in return of Varys' two older siblings that have been taken into captivity. Has aided and promised to aid both Glory and Legacy in the fact of the protection and either the release or rise to power of Cinder, a fire giant daughter of Duke Zalto, as well as the dethroning of Duke Zalto from fire giant rule. And then he made his way to Kirok, the party's Aarakocra. Speaking to her and wishing to make the request, she seemed hesitant, eventually giving in the name of her lost beloved Tian to him. The giant lord scried upon the pool in the center of his court and decreed that Tian was still alive, and still under the possession of one Countess Sansuri. He let out a bellow that seemed to echo across all the land, that Sansuri should return what has been stolen. From this, minutes passed of quiet in the courtroom, before a wind swept up, aloud into the room, and then fell out closer towards the actual entryway, a single small figure. After that, Kirok flew out first, ahead of everyone before anyone else could react, rushed over to the figure she then recognized, and used the boon she had received many, many moons ago. Easily 6 months in the campaign ago, and used the heal spell on her beloved Tian, which was laid out before her unconscious. He came to as her sanity returned to her as well, washed away by the light and wind of the boon she had received long ago. And with that, he spoke out her name once. Kirok. And the two held each other, quiet in that moment. We now return to that moment. What would you all like to do?
We're just sitting there in a pile of feathers, just sort of making little keening noises to each other, not acknowledging anybody else.
I'm giving them space. I'm not getting on this.
Same. This is their moment. As am I.
God damn it, guys.
You're welcome, Blue.
I might. We might just go back and talk to the king and just give them some space for a bit, shall we?
I was
Sure.
already, after that all happened, starting to walk back to the...
Yeah, you were first walking back to the king.
Ew, emotions!
pretty
Gross!
But no, there's also something I have to ask him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we ain't finished.
Leave the birds to shag in the hallway. Let's get going. That
Yeah.
is not in character.
I'm aggressively not thinking about that. Time to leave.
That is not in
Yeah.
character. Just to be clear.
Forgive
In the
me.
language of
Forgive me,
Orin,
Nemo, but that you couldn't have sounded more Australian.
Kira.
Never mind.
in the language of Orin, you hear Tian say, "What kind of cruel jest is this? What's she doing now?" And he's got his head low, seeming like he doesn't want to believe that this is actually happening.
It's no jest. We're actually here. It's real.
Make a persuasion check. And Tian's gonna make an insight check
How dare you?
because he wants to believe it so badly.
Oh, it's only 10.
Hang on. No. Ignore me. Never mind.
Tian's good at insight.
He is very good at insight. I want to believe, but she's done things like this before, but never like this. Why are you blue?
It's a very long story. You know how it is.
Was it the surges again?
Yes, they've been bad.
You haven't aged a day.
Again. It's complicated. But you're here now.
He just wraps his arms around you again and just holds you as close as he can. Feathers and wings wrapped around one another in a very tight.
And she
If
hugs him
this
back.
isn't a real moment, he's trying to savor him as much of it as he can. As these two are having their gentle moment, Roman, you're the first one stepping back. You hear a voice printing into the back of your mind. Excuse me, everyone.
Oh.
Already? We just got here!
Oh, fine.
Thank you, everybody.
Patron battles, everyone. They're
Da-da,
time to.
This is gonna be a fun one, I think.
They're going to
Also-
be battling for dominance.
Also, you
No,
can
I feel-
tell the
I feel-
football is going badly because someone just straight up left my house.
That's not good. Also, Kraus has turned around to watch.
Yeah, which means something's
Yeah.
everything's going
It's
wrong.
not
Anyway,
going well.
I feel as if, with this whole patron battle thing going on, I feel as if we need to have the Rocky theme tune going on.
at all times, just as constant. Yeah, definitely.
Bah, 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 bah. Stopping now. Copyright.
On a stream note, Stacey, I noticed that you host every time I stream. I gotta say thank you for that. It's really kind of you.
Yep, yep.
Do you know
Yep,
about
yep.
do you know about the auto host?
Yes.
Cool. Because I just
Oh,
noticed,
yeah,
I noticed that you do it every time, so I was just like, yee, thank you.
He set mine up even though I don't have any subs that you don't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have a Twitch channel. I must use it.
I should probably, yeah, I'll set up auto host later because I use it sometimes to stream from my PlayStation. Mostly me dying over and over again.
And killing Valkyrie.
Ooh, that's a charisma save.
That's never good.
It's a high charisma save, but a lot of
But is it a
patron...
Cthulhu high?
Cthulhu's probably got like a DC of 30.
Yeah. Ooh, I see the words "grabbed your mind." That's fun. Sorry, I could very mildly lip.
He's
read
making
these.
claw shapes with his hands.
Mm.
What you saying about my boyfriend?
I said he's making claw shapes with his hands.
I know.
Okay, I need to stop lip reading. I'm cheating.
In other news, first official
Oh,
look
no,
of
what's happening?
Shazam has come out, guys.
I do not know what this
Don't
means. but
know.
yes.
The actor who played Flynn in Disney's Tangled is playing the lead in the latest DC film.
Oh. That's another
That's
Christmas,
another Christmas save. And that was funny words.
What DC film?
Shazam.
You
Oh,
watch.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh shit, everyone shut the fuck up.
You watch as Roman is just stood there for a moment. His eyes close as he's wrenching in pain, struggling. You hear nose mumbled under his breath and he moves forward. You watch as it just feels like he's diminishing. Withering almost. He steps forward again and then just stops mid-step. Roman, you feel that force just trying to grip over your mind entirely. Make your final Christmas saving throw.
No, don't say those words!
Oh, that's not good.
You're now a level 2 warlock.
Oh. Ooh.
Roll once more as you see a little bit of lightning crackle around him. Hecaton is looking right at you. Roll once more.
Is that true? And if Glory looks around, is everyone else is fucking confused and terrified as she
Everyone is looking at this in confusion.
Wow. You rolled the same number 3 times.
You hear the voice reaching into the back of your head. And everyone, you begin hearing a voice you've never heard before utter out from Roman's mouth. It's a language none of you can understand, a tongue that none of you can comprehend. It's a spell,
I draw my sword.
as if he's trying to cast a spell.
I mean, I'll counterspell him.
At what level? Bear in
Seven,
mind, you've
six.
not had a long rest.
I'm assuming it's too high, but I'll do it at 6.
Go ahead. I need you to roll a d20.
Yeah. If it's higher than 6, then I have to roll. Yeah.
Yes. Roll a
I'll do
d20,
20.
add your charisma, your intelligence, and your proficiency. Do you add?
I don't think we ever decided it. Let me click it and I'll see what it says.
Mm-hmm. Spells.
Still
DC
cost an
is
ability, so it's just
just your intelligence.
It's 23.
Yo!
Super blocks, all the shit.
Roman, the spell's being cast out, and you just feel like a different kind of lightning, one that's trailing on a wind, runs through one ear, strikes up into your mind and out the other. In the moment, that spell's gone. There's that tight clinging to the very back of your brain, but you have control of your body again. You're aware what he's trying to do. You are a level 1 warlock.
Roman?
I'm trying to fight him.
What do you need us to do?
I don't know.
I say problems connecting to your brain, so bugger it. It's a long shot, but I'll take it. Can I cast a spell on him?
You can try.
I try to cast Contagion on him, specifically Mind Fire. If it affects his mind and his connections through the brain, that's all I can think to do.
Roman, make a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage, as you feel incredibly exhausted in this moment. You failed the first check. There are 3 more to be made. 2 more, excuse me. Your mind is being racked by this force. You can feel him. He's trying to draw through to this side. The waters around you all in this ancient sunken amphitheater are all glass, and you can just see as if it is a world of ink around you. Hecaton looks down to the now far weaker creature before him, serving as the point of this.
Let him in. Can't let
He's
him
using
into
you as
this
an
world.
anchor. I hope this loosens it.
You've only weakened Roman's mind.
Ah!
Lightning crackles in Hecaton's hand as he looks down towards Roman. Should he fail, Hecaton will attempt to kill him. And Hecaton has massive damage, implying that Hecaton could kill him in a single blow.
I turn to our casters. Soul link me. I'm going in.
No.
What does that
Wait, what?
mean?
You've got that spell. Do it.
We can't. But we can't. We can't cast it, right? That's.
You've,
can't soul link.
you've used your spell slots. You've used your highest spell slots.
We
You
can't.
do
Well,
it.
it's 7th level, so we
Yeah,
can't.
only one
cast
person in
it.
the party can cast it. Nobody has access to 7th level except me, and I used my 7th level to get us here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody else
So-
can physically cast it yet.
Also, possibly still in the corridor?
Yeah. Slight,
You're all
slight
rushing in.
loophole in giving everyone the spell in that nobody can cast it.
It's a good way of balancing.
This is
Okay,
a bit
Roman, what are we
weird.
doing?
I
Roman.
just need to sever my connection to him.
Great,
That's why I tried to rot your brain.
greater restoration, maybe? I don't know, it fixes a lot of things.
Fucking, I don't know.
I don't know,
Does it fix Cthulhu?
I don't know!
Roman.
I don't know!
I need you to make one saving throw of each type, all of which are with advantage, as a spell is wrecking your body.
I can't convert sorcery points up to 7th level, it only stops at 5th. Oh, otherwise I would.
You watch as Roman's muscles begin to ache immensely, and his muscles begin withering in. He begins moving slowly, staggering. His body begins thinning. His mind manages to stay intact. A force tries to creep over his will, and he resists it. But by the end, you just hear a voice ring out. If you will not let me in, I'll take it all back. Roman collapses.
0. Ash.
Ashka
Aye.
runs over
Yeah, I
and
start casting a Cure Wound. Level 4.
As you touch him, he is cold.
So, any luck? What's
As
happening
you
with my
touch
healing?
him, he is cold.
Reviv.
Pulse.
Revivify.
Yeah,
Revivify.
Reviv.
I've got Revivify.
Then
You
go.
have
go,
a
go.
diamond worth 300 gold.
Believe we do,
I
yes.
think we
We've
do.
got a gem.
hold on.
We've got,
We're running
we've got-
low on them, but we've got
got
some
two-
still.
We've got one that costs 1,000 and two that cost 2,000.
They can serve.
So the 1,000 gold gem you can use.
Yeah, I'll give it if she asks.
You give it out. Roll a d20 and add your wisdom modifier, Ashk. DC 10.
Give me a second. Sorry, guys.
No worries. It's not stressful at all.
I mean, actually, kind of figured this is about how I was gonna go.
Yep, that's as well as I thought it'd go.
Sorry.
You reach out and try to cast the spell. Make a Constitution saving throw. Ashk Korriban.
That's +3.
You take 18 points of necrotic damage as you try to heal him with your
Oh,
save.
shit.
Reduced down to 9. And actually, no, that is reduced already. So you succeeded the save because you had a +3 to that. So that was a total of 18 resisted properly. So that's all the damage you take. You feel that energy pull out at you. It's mine. At this point, Hecaton looks down at him.
I will get between him and Hecaton.
You're brave, but foolish.
People have been saying about me my whole life.
I have no intention of ending him. He's already gone. But I could offer him back. Under a new master. And he looks you dead in the eye, Glory.
I will step back.
You move to the side. That lightning bolt is in his hands and he strikes it down. And it hits Roman's tiny body with all the force that you can imagine. It shakes the room, it shakes you all, it shakes him. It is this incredible pain. Roman, you went numb and you just felt the loudest thunder crash strike you, and you rose up, back off the ground, 10 feet into the air before slumping back down. A shallow breath reaches you. You're back to your normal level. Mark
If I
down that
may.
you now are patron of the deeps as your pact.
If I may, honey,
Yes?
can I cast Aura of Vitality?
Sure.
And then the bonus action.
Okay. When you did this, Roman was still dead. It's only after you do this that Hecaton casts down. It does have a duration, so it will last for a small period of time. The ink begins fading away from the glass of the amphitheater. Roman's eyes open up, but they're not the same color they used to be. They now have this tinge of blue to them. And every now and again, so slightly, one little spark of lightning will rise out from it. He lies there still for a moment. Roman Nomarin, you are now a servant of the patron of the deeps, Warlock, which has the exact same rules as we discussed, except I will discuss with you later in regards to some spells being changed for lightning spells.
Right. Okay.
Your power is back to where it was. Cthulhu, having killed you, broke his link with you. You lie there, breathing heavily, pain racking your body. What do you do?
I slowly but sure stand and then take a knee to my new patron.
Ashka steps back, putting Golitori standing in military pose, essentially, and leaving basically the occasion to progress.
Roman, you kneel down before Hecaton. He looks down at you. His eyes are colder. I can never forgive you. You allowed one of the greatest rivals, not only of me, of my people, but of all existence, to have a glimpse of my halls. For this you will be punished. Your punishment is a simple one, however. You will go to the mortals, and you will serve as my envoy. Wherever I need to speak, I will send you. You will be my herald. Do you accept?
I do.
Lightning crackles between the two of you, from his hand to yours. You now have resistance to lightning damage.
That's gonna be useful.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, give me some of that.
You have enough resistances, fuck you.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Fuck you.
I'm collecting
Oh,
them.
no,
Gotta
no.
catch them all.
You're not Grog, piss off.
Protection from energy, just saying.
Thanks.
Quiet you. Waifu in the corner.
Ashkin and Worry quietly fist bump in a corner.
I am sorry, Hecaton, for allowing him. I was just not strong enough to pull him back.
But let us hope you are strong enough to serve as my herald. The trial of Imrith should be fitting enough. If you fail, I will have lost nothing. If you succeed, you will have begun earning your place. He looks to the rest of you. I hope none of you have any requirements as severe as that one. He just looks about all of you.
Just shake my head.
Ashka just stays stum.
I'm just
Military.
studying Roman's eyes more than anything. Nice would tap his head with a stick. So there's no Eldergon there anymore?
No.
Fuck! I was going to do all sorts of experiments on you.
I actually feel a lot better, to be honest.
Zero.
Proudfach, let him recover. This
Zero,
is
when you put your
something that
stick
we
to his
don't
head.
100% understand.
There, when you put your stick to his head, your feather sticks up.
Oh my god, I'm gonna give you so many hugs.
Oh god.
I sigh, and I say, I'm glad there's no Elder God in you, having said that. I always worried about that. Sure, I was going to use you as a weapon against creatures of the Far Realm, but not the point.
Silence, Druid.
Yes, oh, King! I fall to the floor. Remembering where I am.
We will await you to be ready for war. Go to your people and make do what you wish. You have means of contacting us, I am certain. Do so when you are ready for a meeting. Until then, we will prepare here. You may rest for the day here. And in the morning, if you have spells to do so, then so be it. If not, we will provide transport back to the surface. And with that, I bid you all good night, defenders of Faerun. Any motions for you to leave?
Yeah, I'm going.
Try my hardest to start going backwards while not getting off the ground.
One of the hill giants actually go, "You move slow," and just flings you.
I just starts getting into the hallway and just sort of pass Kirok and that going, oh god, why?
Tian looks at you, Kirk. That is weird, Aarakocra. Looking
He's-
at the mask.
He's actually human,
Oh,
but he is weird, but in a good way.
When he asked that question, I changed into a vulture. And I'm just like, hee.
that is a very weird Aarakocra.
He is a druid.
Ah, that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. So everyone, you step out and the door is closed behind you.
I would say that Ashka stays there for a moment. Sort of a hand going up to where the giant's crest of the rune is.
Hmm.
Now, has Hecton left the room yet?
Hekaton's staying in the room and is just stepping back to his throne.
My lord, you permission to speak freely, sir.
He sits back down and nods to you.
I understand that you have, shall we say, adopted my colleague. And as your ambassador, is there any duty that you would like me to perform on your behalf in this issue?
A duty. Defeat the one who has wronged us so greatly. Defeat Imrith. That is your duty.
My lord, one last request.
Speak.
My colleague, she goes by the name of Glory. Her land has become, her homeland has been damaged by the wrath of Duke Zalto. And I, as one who aims to maintain the balance between both the natural world and the world of mortals, I ask you if you may, within all your power, be able to restore that land. I understand that land may indeed not be able to recover for some time, but if there is anything that we can do to recover from what Duke Zalto did, I would be most grateful, sir.
When our war is over, I will see what I can do. Until then, that task comes first. I will see how the world lays, and then I will prepare.
Thank you very, very much for your patience, my lord. And she bows very, very deeply, and then, in as much of a military way as possible, trying to keep herself in very, very stern mode, motions to leave.
He nods slowly to you as he steps out, as you step out. Harshnag's behind all of you. Right, one thing that I know is none of you actually know where the rooms are here for the small kin folk, so I will lead you to them.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you,
Also,
Hashtag.
because that room's tense as fuck right now, I want to get out of there.
Another thing you'll all notice about Roman is that his once black mohawk has now turned to a deep blue.
Yep.
Excellent. What you're saying is that our party is starting to generate plumes.
A bit.
I'm just saying.
You're crossing the streams too much, Blue. The reality is falling apart. Is it Thursday suddenly?
I'm just saying 3 of our pie members got blue plumes now.
Perfume your plume. Okay. I'll move you
Rest,
back
sleep.
Ooh, a new map.
And you'll be shown to your rooms by Harshnag. Those are where he will be staying. And this is where you'll be staying.
Oh, they're so small.
They're so small in comparison.
The small people space.
Plonk.
I'm just thinking about giants having to move like small
It's like playing with the
book
dollhouse.
beds. Doll's house.
They clearly let the kids do it for fun. The only problem is when they get gnome guests and the kids think that they're Barbie dolls.
Don't say that. That's dark.
They're obviously not Barbie
Oh,
dolls.
hi, Ken.
Barbie dolls would be much bigger than a gnome.
Okay.
Oh god, that's not.
It's more like those tiny Lego figurines.
yeah, I like that. I like that better.
Well done, Roman. I approve.
Yeah, I switched. That came from Blue.
I
She
found it.
that point.
Nice.
Kind of
Yeah,
applause.
I was like, who's that on the map?
It's the new improved Roman. Now 100% less eldritch.
That we know of.
Now a lot more wet.
Maybe like 98.
98% more.
Shock in gnome form.
Yes.
You just got to be very, very careful when you rub a balloon in the hair.
God, between Roman and Kirokos, any slight gas leak will result in an explosion.
Yeah,
And it's just you two dramatically walking out. Nothing to see here. It's fine.
The two of them now can't stand next to each other because if they do, static just starts leaping between them.
We could generate power for the whole planet with these two people.
Get some balloons and some cats.
Coal factories hate them.
Energy crisis? Call Kirok and Novarin.
We're going to go back to the dwarven cities and they're just going to go, here, hold these, and hand us both a pair of wires, and then after about an hour they're going to go.
It's like Pikachu with fucking little things clipped to his cheek.
Yeah.
He's clipping to your beak. Your beak, his mohawk.
Yeah,
Fusion! Ha!
that's where the real source of all of my magic is actually in the mouth.
Yeah. God help you if you go bald.
What are you talking about?
Greatest
What?
disgrace
What?
to lose
Bald
hair.
is just shaved. That's all it is.
Oh, my brain just did a weird thing. What if Roman's mohawk is like a Tesla coil?
Jesus Christ.
I need this in my life now.
Anyway, I think Zero might ask his other roommates if anyone has a pen and paper he can borrow.
Legacy goes, out. Legacy's already just like walking around with just like a pajama top on and no pants. Pajama top goes like down to like halfway down the thighs. Like, I do not care. I got lightning bolted all day.
Fair enough. I'm going to write a letter to a king because I didn't want to request in person because I'm a filthy peasant and don't deserve to make request. So I'm going to write a letter with my request and it's just going to say, I have no request, but should I die in the attack against Emrith, if you could look into the thing with the speaker of your god for me and give the details on that. But only if I don't survive. Okay, thanks, bye.
He's too good.
Too pure. Good intentions, but a sociopath underneath.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
What do you mean
Chaotic
sociopath?
good. Chaotic good.
What's the name of the series with the serial killer that kills serial killers?
Dexter.
Thank you.
I was gonna say which one.
Yeah, I can say that.
Okay.
Just the feather ball has just been moving.
They don't want to let go.
They really don't want to let go.
I like to think that we can make a perfect triangle between where where Roman and Kirok is by my feather. It just sort of triangulates between them, like
It's a compass.
basically. It's detecting the exact medium point between the two.
Wait. It's straight. He's straight. They're on the same distance between him. Move.
God forbid the next fight where Kirok picks up Roman.
Oh god.
Thunder.
Homemade storm sphere.
Lightning. Or the
Funnily
thunder.
enough, that is one of the spells you can now cast, Roman.
You guys are gonna
I
turn
imagine- I
fucking
imagine-
Nitro from X-Men.
I imagine our spell lists are now very similar.
Mm.
Slightly. A little bit.
Haste, lightning bolt, storm sphere.
Gotta go faster. Faster.
Oh, that's.
I've read the letter. Is there? I assume there's like a hill gun or something in the hall guarding the place.
In here? No. Up here there isn't.
Fuck this whole book.
If anyone
deal
comes
with
to
it.
What
attack,
are we going to do?
Great fucking question.
You are all
gonna-
fucked. None of you are doing shit.
I'm going to bed. I'm done. I just was
Yeah.
going to give the letter that guy. I'm done with my chicken scratchings. It's time for sleep.
Also, Das, has my book changed now then?
You don't have a book.
Ah, right.
You must focus to return it to you.
Of course.
You do after a short period. And when you do, it is essentially one very large clam, which you open up and pages begin literally pouring out of it. Just out.
I like this guy a lot better, to be honest. Like,
There's a nice smell of salt air.
Yeah, you know,
when
I
you
get
open it
a
up.
fucking clam with pages in it. That's fucking cool as shit. Just fucking,
Start smelling the salt air
no
and
pearl or anything. Fucking pages.
Roll a d100.
Woo!
I start smelling the salty air and the stanky clam, and I'm like, home.
Shit.
If only there
I'm
was a smell
kind
of pig shit.
One,
I'm kind of reminded of the Monster Book of Monsters
There's
from
no
Harry
clam in
Potter.
your book.
Wait, what?
There's no clam. There's no pearl in your book.
Damn.
No, but there's a bit of seaweed as a bookmark.
Yeah.
That is the bookmark. Is a piece of seaweed that's tied into the clam. It's
I
wrapped
was
around.
I was saying to Blue, it reminds me a little bit of the Monster Book of Monsters from Harry
Yeah.
Potter.
Just be clear, is it a living clam? Because that's funky.
You don't know.
I don't, I'm asleep. I was just wondering if there's actually a fleshy bit in it.
Do not cast speak with animals on the book.
Never do. I don't like speaking with animals. It seems weird. They have their own way of talking, and it's not ours.
On a completely unrelated and boring note, does anyone have any objections to me attuning to the thing that Hecton gave us?
No.
Nope.
Because I don't know who else would have it. And if anyone else wants it, please say so.
What's it do? I'm saying.
I just remember it's something. It does what my old armor does, and some other stuff. So it's.
I will
resistant
read
to
it
breath
aloud
weapons.
again.
Yeah, you do within 30 foot of it to use its main thing, so it's probably better for you to have
Yeah.
it.
As an action, you may point this at the dragon within 30 feet of you. It must succeed a DC 15 saving throw of con, or gain vulnerability to all damage types until the end of its next turn. This property can be used 3 times a day. The claw regens all uses at the next dawn. While it's on display on your person, you have resistance to the breath weapon of any dragon. You can transfer the claw's magic to a place by tracing the worm rune on the ground with your finger. The point where you trace it becomes the center of a sphere of magic of over 100 feet and is on that fixed place. The transfer takes 8 hours of work and requires the claw to be within 5 feet of you for the whole duration. At the end, the claws are destroyed, and the area will gain the following properties. While 100 feet radius, any dragon has disadvantage on saving throws and cannot fly higher than 10 feet.
Cool. Can I like attach it to one of my braces? Can I do that? Because that sounds cool.
As you focus on
For
it,
aesthetic reasons.
as you focus on it with it in your hands, it disappears from your hands, and you just have this claw. Bear in mind, it is a large dragon's claw. And you focus on it, and it is actually now basically like a secondary hand over your left hand.
Dope.
You can still
Exactly
use
what I
your left
wanted.
hand perfectly. It's not a shield, but it looks cool.
That's exactly what I wanted. Thank you for reading my mind.
I know exactly what you wanted. That's why I was like, yeah.
Also,
thank
send
you.
me the full text for it later because
Oh,
I will write it out.
It's
but-
in
It's
magic
not funny.
items.
Is it in my dreams?
Magic items.
Wait, am I
Claw of the
blind?
worm.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah, I am blind.
That's just in my long rest. I'm gonna unattune from the teleportation thing and
Huh.
reattune to the crystal ball.
Okay. You can now have your scry ready.
We sleep now. At dawn, we plan.
And then I slept.
Slip.
At dawn we plan.
Do we get a full sleep?
You all rest. Roman, it's the first night you've slept in which you've actually. Because bear in mind, if I'm correct, your evocation, which allows you to focus in on sleeping or on not being able to sleep, is due to being a patron of either a Great Old One or due to Pact of the Tome, isn't it?
It's due to the Pact of the Tome.
Okay. Even with that, you do close your eyes, and while you're conscious of everything around you, it is restful. And you can just hear waves crashing against the shoreline. The cawing of seagulls in the distance. It's it's like a meditative state that you're in, rather than your constant need to be awake and learn and gain knowledge. It's nice.
Like falling asleep next to the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Except he's under it.
Yeah.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Please no.
My brain just went sitting under the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll in.
This is why I love her. Many other reasons, but also this.
Also, there is actually a clan book.
What?
Kirok. In the middle of the night, you're basically wrapped around him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little spoon. There's this shudder awake that you feel of him, and you just feel his hand wrap around yours, and he begins crying. He just realized he woke up, and you're still there. It's real. He knows it's real. He's now crying.
I start crying too.
Legacy goes, oh, for fuck's sake, don't make me cast calm emotions. And just rolls over. But you can tell it was more definitely a out of jest because she's awake reading a book.
Well, of course she fucking is.
Little candle to the book, to the counter beside her, with the book covering it so it doesn't get in Glory's face. No, it's better than to wake that one up.
Why is Gloria snoring very loudly? It's annoying for everyone involved.
Louder than Ashk?
Oh, but it's probably a combined effect.
Oh!
Wonderful.
And that's why I'm glad I'm in the other room.
Glory is a. Ask is a.
There's a difference. It's discernible.
You can,
Oh,
tell,
God.
you can tell which one's gone up for the bathroom because the other noise is still going.
Which one of them's on guard duty? Ah, yes.
Under the dock.
You might know. Don't do this.
Don't worry, it's scary. Goes have it like. No, hang on, that doesn't fit.
That doesn't fit. Too many syllables in that one.
It depends on what verse you're doing.
Are we critiquing Nemo's ability to make an Underdog parody of Under the Sea?
Yes.
Oh, do it, damn it.
Doing?
I will sit there and do it.
I know you
Let's
will, that's
not
why
encourage
I'm
this.
afraid.
Moving on.
You all wake up the next morning. Drawing up at about what would probably be dawnbreak, if not earlier. You did sleep early yesterday. Long
Ew.
days of travel, and these are actually very comfy beds. There are feathered beds. You're wondering how they got them down here. You don't question this then.
Seagulls.
Seagulls.
I mean, I would
It's
assume
seagull
they have
feathers.
the ability to teleport. They probably went somewhere to the
You
mainland.
just woke up. You're not thinking straight.
Stop trying to beat my story with logic.
Also, technically,
You should
I've
know
always-
already with my world. Fuck logic. I will make logic a character just so you can romance it, so you can literally fuck logic.
Tiefling!
I was gonna say I have a tiefling called Logic. Don't say bad things about him.
Next time when we go to the astral plane.
They're gonna fuck logic.
Hi!
Hey.
Jesus Christ.
Moving swiftly on.
Is-
On this
is
never
Logic a
patterned
wizard?
couch next to loyalty? Logic has gotta be a wizard. Fuck off, Nemo.
I'm just like sitting here typing in stuff for my new patron, and it's just like I just hear "fuck you, Nemo," and I was like, okay.
All is right with the world.
Nothing. Everything's the same. Nothing's changed.
Yep.
When you all have woken up properly, there's a rap to your doors, both of them at the same time. And the door opens up, and you see this large, burly humanoid to either of your entrances, pushing in a cart. And you can immediately smell seafood.
God. We have room service.
You saved Heckaton, you're getting room service. But these are
This is a
Goliaths.
dessert cart, but seafood.
These are Goliaths, but all across them, like, they actually have hair, but it is this very dark, almost like seaweed design, where there's actually braided in to look like the knots of seaweed going down. And
Really?
down the neck, like, one of them, the one that enters the ladies' room, is this older Goliath male who has this crackle design going down the side of his top of like the temple, down the side of his face, down through his cheek, down through the neck, and goes past into the clothes. He's wearing this heavy leather kind of clothes that looks like it's made out of some sort of a large creature's hide. The other one is this braided back just to a point that's slightly hanging down, maybe only an inch or two of it, but it's just knotted and braided down. There's a woman entering the men's one, also a Goliath. There's a lightning crest coming up from either side of the neck, and they're crisscrossing up the neck and under the lip. And they serve you out breakfast in bed of seafood.
Oh god, yes. This is much better seafood than I used to see when I was a kid.
It's
Just used to get
actual fish.
scrappy
It's not
crap.
rocket.
Yeah. Yeah, I just used to get the cheap stuff, not all this. Oh, yum. I also asked Goliath, how would I go about getting this letter to the king?
Oh, I will deliver that right away for you. And she reaches out and grabs it from you. And her hand's
you
as
very
big as
much.
your head.
I dressed as a Goliath once. I had no belly button. My life is weird.
What?
Don't
Question
The
just accept.
streams are crossing
Yeah.
again.
If Grunt was in this world, it'd be the most infuriating shit ever. Because
Don't you
Imra could just
remember
look
when
at
I
it and
dressed-
go, I'm blasting this thing with everything and it won't die!
Don't you remember when we all dressed as characters from different things?
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dressed as Grunt. You were just coming, he's like, my life is weird.
It was a very strange time for everyone involved. Reluctantly, I wake up.
To the smell of seafood.
Food.
It's straight up like Kane or Undertaker from wrestling, just whoop.
Literally.
Food. The Goliath looks more nervous of feeding you than anyone else. Tim Legacy just says, she needs a coffee and then she'll be fine. She'll act like this for a few minutes.
I just nod.
Are you right, darling?
It's okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Wouldn't it be really annoying? And she just like leans out of her
Don't-
bed.
don't-
If somebody
Don't leave me
make a
alone.
noise in your ear, my
Ah.
darling child, who I
I
love.
have to
And she
protect
just,
me.
She just shouts out a thaumaturgy to your ear.
Ah.
I love.
I kind of want to say that Ashka just sort of lets it happen a little bit.
Betrayal.
You guys,
Top 10 anime betrayals.
But it's kind of like she's not aware that it's actually happening.
She's not up yet either.
But she kind of gets up and she's in that sleepy zombie kind of phase that you usually get when you wake up, and she walks in between them. Just not realizing that it's happened.
Direct intervention. Divine intervention.
I'd like to take a dash action to go to the room and see who's attacking.
It takes you a while because you're currently covered in seafood. However,
That's
Kira,
probably my-
when that massive boom happens,
Yeah.
Tian is up and over you in a guard position. Like, what was that?
Yeah, you guys hear something that you probably haven't heard very often before, which is the sound of Kirok going, "Stop! Shh!
Just hiss.
Stop! Quiet!
That was cute.
Shh!"
Tian is over you in a
You're telling
protective thing of
us to
what the
shush?
fuck was
Wait,
that?
what is... Did I wake up in a different dimension? I'm going back to bed.
I come through the door. Is everyone okay? Who's attacking? What's wrong?
Only
Why
my
is it
pride
so
is
early?
wounded.
Food, fish, shell.
Is that another one of your relatives?
Tian looks out to all of you. You
Not
should
this
know by
time.
now from traveling with her that you don't wake up Kirok early.
No, Kirok's normally the first one awake.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
That's
say.
why I said
When-
this is very unusual. This has never happened.
For him, it has.
Normally, she wakes me up.
That's a
In fact,
first.
every morning she wakes me up.
That's definitely a first.
I wanted to let you sleep.
I am so confused. I'm going back to bed.
He just folds back up in, and now he's Big Spoon.
I'm just gonna trudge out of the room again, go back to my food. Get down.
Big feathered blanket over you.
Go back to eating / dissecting the seafood.
Takes a while.
Some of these creatures I haven't seen before. I'm interested.
Yeah, right now.
How to eat things you've never even
Oh
encountered.
my god, giant sushi.
It's thankfully not
breakfast.
giant sushi, because that will be very foreboding considering what just happened last night.
I know, but sushi isn't just
Sushi's not just
calamari.
squid.
So,
Kraken calamari?
Oh god, I could have
delicious.
calamari.
this is one thing I'm actually kind of glad with Roman that is actually part of this, little patron thing, and that he's now basically become fearless
Of burbs or
Mm.
of just anything. The fear that he once held for anything large has just been vanished.
Yeah.
I
It's
go
almost
over
like
to
someone
Raymond
was
with
using
a
it to hover over you.
I go over to Raymond with a fistful of tentacles and say, "Hey, you want some food?" Just wave in his face.
Roman is currently working on his own tentacles.
A bloogie woogie woo.
I just kind of take one, just thanks.
Yeah, yummy.
It's dried, so it's like eating jerky. Sushi jerky.
Octo jerky.
Right. Well, that's probably one of the most relaxing rests I've ever had.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm very glad to hear it.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good, at least. Something good's coming out of this.
Yeah.
I don't mesh well with far realm things, so it's very cool.
Well,
I mean, sure, I would have liked to take some flesh samples, but you know, in the past now.
Where's the frog here?
Oh no, I was given a.
Against Bladesong.
I was just poked a thing about a clamshell book. That looks fucking awesome as shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to eat any of these things. Like this red thing in the shell. How do I break it?
Oh, you see.
You
Break
begin
off the tail.
explaining to him how to do the calamari.
How do I
Lobster
peel the
fingers.
lobster?
Wow.
I know. I'm just saying, like the calamari will say. We'll call
Saying,
that the break-
saying do the calamari sounds like a dance.
Yes. The calamari.
You guys
Sounds
do the
like-
calamari!
It's like the Cthulhu version of the Macarena.
Macarena, Macarena, calamari,
I start waving around a lobster. Can't open it. Is this a rock? Am I trying to eat a rock?
Rock lobster!
Don't need the rock, we need that to get around.
He's a good boy.
Anyway.
Ashka just comes over and just sort of gives it a plunk. It just
You just put your thumb in it and you just hear it go. You break it inward.
I start sucking out its brains. Yum.
IRL, I hate seafood, so all of this is like, ugh.
That's why
I
I'm being
love
very
seafood.
vague, 'cause I'm not a fan of seafood, and I really don't care for like something that has still eyes looking at you. So I'm like, I'm barely describing it.
Yeah,
vaguely
yeah,
describing
let them
it.
do it.
Yeah.
They know how to fit
Is
it
Glory
a
the same
fish.
way? Because the easy thing would be like, you think this is bad, you should see some of the stuff we eat in the Underdark.
No, Glory doesn't care. I, out of character, care immensely.
Oh, this is way better than eating insects.
Right, I think I'm awake now. It's dawn, so are we planning?
Yeah, let's all gather up.
very
and-
much so.
Oh, someone gather everyone up. I'm not doing it.
You just feel a presence as you all realize there's a mom or as Legacy begins focusing. You're all being summoned.
Oh, good.
Can we come
Carry
in?
it on. Do you want me to do the shield?
Is everyone dressed?
Gloria, are you properly awake yet?
I think so.
Okay. Glory, this is Tian. Tian, this is Glory.
Oh, right.
She's been looking after me while you've been away.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you as well. And he's just like shaking your hand, like he's not really met many tieflings. Definitely not any that are pink.
Can I? Oh god, you're gonna laugh.
Zero's at the
Do
door.
it.
Oh
Go on,
god,
do
can I
it.
do the introductions, please?
Just clawing at the door. No! Let me eat it.
Nice.
Darcy, you know what I'm gonna ask you.
No, I don't.
I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, I'm gonna message you.
You have to message me before I even make a charisma check.
But yeah, guessing Zero is at the door. No! Let me meet it first! Let me.
I want to do the introductions. I look at
Legacy
Legacy.
is pinned
She
up
loves
against
my
the door.
introductions.
Legacy is pinned up against the door, like nope, not a human.
Just like one arm
Not
in,
enemy.
just like, let me do it!
But you
Just
said you
like-
liked my introduction.
I lied.
Aww.
More trying to figure you out.
Okay, I'll take that.
And after a moment, you can tell he's actually sizing you up quite a bit. And using a lot of his battle mastery tricks.
Yeah. Guess what, guys? He's a fighter.
Hey!
Yeah, when
I
he
like
shakes
him
your
more every
hand,
minute.
when he shakes your hand, you realize he's definitely got a strong grip. He's a strong lad.
Okay, I'll take that.
Third with a strong grip. That's saying something.
I know,
And when he
right?
looks
That's kind
towards
of
you as
terrifying
well.
uniquely.
You've only
When he
got one
looks-
point of comparison.
Yeah.
You're just gonna judge an entire race off Kirok? That's a bad move.
For a while, we thought you were the only one, but that's sad. So
I
let's
mean,
not
that's
think about
that's
that.
true. So we're not going to mention that.
Shakes him for a moment. Is
I'm
looking.
glad you're back.
I'm glad to be back. Definitely glad to be back. As he just leans back over to Kirok and just like has like head is just kind of rubbing it against her neck.
She rubs him back as well.
I'll let Kirok introduce everyone else. There's no point me doing it.
Legacy swings away the door so it flies open, but has her leg out, so Zero goes flying in.
That's Legacy.
Oh, God,
She's
why?
Glory's mum and one of the most powerful archmages on the continent.
Don't ask why she's here.
Legacy just waves over. I've heard nothing but wonderful things. To which Tiana's there going, oh god, that's fear incarnate. He's just looking at her going, just wide-eyed, fully aware.
Big mood,
Oh.
my dude.
That is terrifying.
Strong mood.
She is terrifying. Is looking at her and say, you are a very powerful individual. It is a pleasure to meet you. Is she your daughter? As he looks towards Glory. Legacy does reply back. Yeah, squared that one out.
Yeah, that's. Don't say that. That's weird.
Oh, of course I'm gonna say it makes you feel weird.
Do I need to explain the birds and the bees? Trust me,
No,
they ain't pretty.
absolutely not.
No, wait, I think we know about that.
I think we got at least one half of that covered.
But I'd like to come into the room now.
You come in
Roman,
with your
help!
big blue
Somebody
mohawk.
trip me!
Dramatically enters.
Yeah, I'll probably
I'm just
follow him
lazily
in
on
as
the
well.
floor, going, Roman, help me! Somebody trip me!
Legacy looks down at you.
Oh.
I tripped him.
Roman! You look different.
Roman,
I
pick
feel
me
di-
up! Give me a piggyback!
Different
Kirok, this-
good?
Very good, I think.
Good.
I actually had a very peaceful rest. For the first time in, well, years.
I would like to say, can we stop this trend of all of our party members becoming bright blue? Because I, for one, am happy being red.
I'm
You're
quite,
pink.
I'm quite fond
Eh,
of it,
close enough.
personally. Oh,
We're
yes.
kind
I
of
mean,
Kirok,
we're
be
kind of
honest,
accommodating for all the primaries now. We kind of just
Yeah.
need one of us to turn green.
Kirok
Oh,
looks
no.
down at her hands and she goes, you know what, this could be removed. I don't know why we haven't.
What are you looking
I
at?
She's looking at her hands. Just, you know, this could
mainly
this could be
blue
removed.
Coloration.
At the coloration, is it?
It could be removed, though I have gotten used to it now. I think I
Yeah.
will.
Take-
Angelos,
Jian takes your hand,
you do what you want.
It'll probably just come back. Do you remember that time that I turned orange?
He lets out a little laugh and then just like puts his beak up to yours. I like it.
Also,
Glory's just looking around at everyone, the most confused she's ever been.
oh, don't wait.
This is
There's
the most
no-
intelligent she's ever been.
My intelligence has
That
remained the
doesn't
same.
save
No. Glory, I mean, she's confused. She's the most
Yeah,
intelligent. she's
to be
ever been.
honest, Glory's been more confused the more intelligent she is, so I don't know what that says about life.
Overthinking.
Ignorance is bliss.
Overthinking.
The more you know, the less you understand.
But another thing you actually will notice about Roman is he has basically little droplets of water floating around him.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
really dope, actually.
Yeah.
While I'm lying on the floor, I'm gonna grab Roman and pull him into a hug and go, he's not corrupted anymore!
Yay!
Yay!
Lightning.
Soggy.
I was about to say,
sorry, soggy
I'm sure his
fluid.
hair just starts standing on end as he grabs my leg. Just,
He's like hugging an electric eel.
just
He's basically serving as your Earth currently, and his hair's like, whoop.
I'm not going to get used to that, to be honest.
Alright,
Everything that's
enough fun
happening
and
here is
games. We've got proper stuff to discuss.
weird. Okay, battle tactics, something I actually understand.
After a while, you do hear a heavy footfalls approaching.
I finished the introductions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we go, this is Ash, and this is Varys. He once
Another.
had his head cut off. It's a very funny story. I'm sure he'll tell it to you one of the days.
Good to see you're better. Hello, Ash.
I'll just
I stitched his head on!
look behind
That's-
me.
that's
my mum
Zero.
is probably is my mum in this room?
Oh my
Your
god,
mother
I
is
forgot
in this
your
woman's
mum.
room.
Why do we bring our mums with us everywhere?
We totally forgot about Varys' mum!
Oh, fuck. We all immediately start sweating.
She is just sat in her bed, still enjoying some of the stuff she'd been given, and is now looking just mortified.
It's okay, he got better. Thanks to Zero.
Ash,
That was only thanks to
Feel
me.
better.
Well, you helped with
immediately
You helped put it back
Ash-
on and also restart his heart. It was very important.
Yeah.
What
Ash-
happened to my boy?
I don't worry, I'm quite
immediately
adept at
eye-rolled.
medicine.
Too many people
Walked
try to talk
over.
over Ash. Let Ash go.
Right.
Ashka immediately eye rolls, just holding like a lobster tail, just noms it, walks over to where Varys' mum is, and then just very, very calmly begins almost like the policewoman sort of thing of this is what happened, this is what I did, this is what everybody did, in a very, very strict, matter of fact kind of way.
Just basically, here are the facts for you. Whether
I-
you accept them or not, that's.
Is-
I
that's
do
up
not
to you.
stop her, but I do cringe at the part of when she tells her that I smacked her son to get him to come back to life.
Here's the list of all the shit that's
I told her to do that.
Here's the list of all the shit, the bad shit that's happened to him. Here's a list of all the things that. will make
As if
him
you didn't do
regret
that to my
he didn't
mum.
tell you.
It's kind of like the army thing, like ever watched like hospital dramas. Like, yes, this is Varys Valorin. It's kind of a bit like that.
You should
Yeah,
be
but-
very
Kind of-
proud of your son. He teleported 300 feet in the air and stabbed a dragon in the back. It was very cool.
Kirok, maybe we should not talk about this.
No, that one's cool. That was. you
That
can
one's
say that
really
one.
cool.
That one's fun.
It was
Is
very
that
one-
one cool? It gave me a heart attack.
That one- it was cool.
Forgive me, my name is Ashka. Ashka Korriban. I am Thane of Gauntlet Grim, and we know nothing of you.
She takes your hand as you shake it with her and goes, "Okay, well, that's another thing I now know. Okay." And she's just slowly processing this because none of you introduced yourselves earlier. She's just been following next to Varys.
We
the
haven't had
whole
time.
But she's been using Tion's,
You've been listening to Tion's introductions.
yes, to note everyone.
That mum, everyone.
What, Mum?
This is gradual.
Hi, Varys' mom.
Wait, Varys, give me her actual name so I can write it down.
I just showed it to all players.
So in Roll20.
The entire group goes unanimously. Hi, Mrs. Valorin.
Hello, you're right.
Crossing the streams.
You can tell that Spook has just woken up in a cold sweat.
He'll text you now. I feel weird. What's going on?
But yes, Miss or Verante. We are currently a group of traveling adventurers, and yes, we are very, very much a misfit bunch. But we have been aiding your son Paris through a considerable number of situations, and we have in fact been protecting him as well as protecting each other. He has been in fact traveling with us.
Make a persuasion check.
For what?
I'm just saying, make a persuasion check.
Charisma, don't let me down.
Is Varys about to get the I don't want you hanging out with these people anymore talk?
No, it's more the.
You're hanging around with some very, very nice people.
They keep getting you into situations where you get your head cut off.
You can buy a werewolf. I'm not okay with this.
Yeah, was
No,
it Gregor that took your head off? That means it was technically, I technically helped make Gregor, so it's,
No, let's not think about that
don't,
too
get, don't
much.
get into that.
That's a whole different kettle of fish for your sins, mister. So what happens is basically you explain all these terrible things, and after a while she just faints, listening to the horrors that have happened to her son.
I forget that not all mums are my mum.
Kirk sort of just looks
Christ.
with a finger over her beak and is just like, I think you could have handled that better.
I think so. Could you, Kira? I think let's downplay the shit that's happened a little, please.
The bit with the dragon was cool.
Apart from the cool stuff.
She's
play
been
that
on a
up.
How is
ship.
that playing the cool
She's been
stuff?
chained up, and now that she's just learnt that her son is currently in an adventure and has fainted, I think I would faint too.
Also, she was about to be sacrificed to.
Yeah, that as well.
To
Yes,
a
you guys-
giant
Right.
kraken thing, yeah.
We
Yeah.
didn't even get to the stuff of the Underdark. But anyway, shall we get to this discussion?
Right, let's focus on upcoming trouble instead of past trouble. I
All right.
bring the map out.
Yeah,
Two things.
Ashka
First of
will
all,
be very, very considerate to Verante and sort of put her in the recovery position since she has actually fainted. And
Yeah, she's straight up fainted. You put her in the recovery position. She's good.
Real quick, how do you spell Hekaton?
Hekaton.
Hekaton.
Oh, count-wise,
Um,
a ton of heck.
Shit, have I been spelling it wrong this whole time?
Hang on. I'm just gonna go to him to make sure I just pronounced that right.
I've just been spelling it Hekaton.
Heck.
Does that mean it was perfectly valid for us to, when we emerge through the clouds and fly over the ship, to just go, oh, heck.
Is that his nickname?
Look, see, I showed
Good
him
old
to you.
heck.
Hekaton. Hekaton. Hekaton.
honey,
So close.
Hekaton as well.
honey, I'm sorry to
Yes.
disturb. Are the Goliaths still there?
No, the Goliaths have left, but you now see that there is a frost giant poking his head in the door.
Yeah, I was just about to say, would you like to come in and talk with us, Harshnag?
He's
The
okay.
door is
Hang
too
on.
small.
He basically sucks it in and walks sideways inwards.
Yeah, they can squeeze in one size category smaller. It just reduces movement speed.
He does have a spear in his hand, however.
Alright.
I was told to give this in to you all as another gift from Hekaton. I think he intended it for perhaps glory. Hands the spear over. And the spear
Hi.
then, after a while, will just shrink down to humanoid size.
It's a spear?
Thank you.
I take it off Glory and look at it.
This is just what we
Hey,
need.
I
another
just had
weapon.
that.
Spin it around. What does it look like?
It's a beautiful spear, but
What is
You-
happening?
it's almost like she's
Hang on,
not crazy anymore.
I need to turn Tiny Chat back on.
To give you an idea, the spear itself is this beautiful elongated spear. It's basically the shaft of it is made of marble with this beautiful sapphire carved in, like literally. It's almost transparent, but still has that kind of marble texture to it. And inside, you can see like a storm bolt is being contained in it of this beautiful sapphire carving. And the spearhead itself is made of true silver.
Can I just do a basic Arcana check?
Go ahead.
23.
It's magic as fuck.
Magic as fuck.
I sort of look down, hold it up, flick it, listen to the note, and I hand it to Tien. I think
He
it's a good one,
Picks
huh?
it up. He holds it in his hands, just like aims it out. Spins it up, grabs it, literally like the kind of thing you see in a marching band. Flick up into the air, catch, spin, twirl around the back, round to the front.
No,
Surprisingly difficult to do with wings.
no Cthulhu,
But
I am not
that's it.
accepting calls today.
Return to the dark side, we have cookies.
He's not returning my calls.
I showed you my spells, please respond!
Oh God! My
Good
sorry,
meme, good
guys,
meme.
my-
Oh god.
Hashtag DMRP.
My head hurts after that. Oh god. Oh god.
R.I.P. TM. R.I.P. TM.
That one's going down in the book.
That's going down in the book. That killed me.
Yeah, it is. I
Oh,
wasn't
that's
gonna write
good.
it, but now I am.
Now you have to.
I am no
I've been
deaf,
taking
by the
notes
way,
this whole
guys.
session. The first note in the book is gonna be
Cthulhu doesn't know how to handle breakups.
Apparently.
He's never been broken up with before. It's his first time.
Oh.
Mostly he just dumps them by text, but now he can't.
Anyway.
Cut him off before he could break up with you. So Kirok, with your control over Tion's character sheet, mark down he has the Storm Spear.
Also,
It is a +2 magic weapon.
I'm gonna say this right now. Blue apparently just became a loot ninja. You know, that could have been rolled for, you know, anybody. You know, everybody could have had a chance of getting that, and she just went and took it.
I'm having that. I'm not having that. He's having it.
Anyway.
We'll get that
Glory.
identified in a few minutes, hon. I think we have
Glory,
something
you-
to talk about.
Glory, you have that moment of, oh man, and then you just watch him spinning it.
Yeah, that's literally
Nah, you're good.
Glory's exact thought process, almost down to the T. She just kind of looks at Kirok in the way that's like, good taste.
Watch out,
You know-
Ask. It's Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Kirok
Mr. Steel
preens.
Spear!
Kirok preens just like, yes, that's my man.
Anyway.
Okay, that's fair
Going
enough.
that.
I know
Alright.
when I've been outmatched.
Before we start this meeting, there is probably two important things. First and foremost, Moonpigs have been together for a long time, but things have changed in our familial situations.
Yeah, we
With
have
the
a bigger
exception of
family.
Roman- Yeah, well, that's the thing, Kirok.
Yeah.
With the exception of Roman Namdagan, it might be time for some of us to disband.
No.
What do you mean? We're about to go fight Imrith.
No.
Kirok, you may want to be talking to your partner about this. I look at her very seriously.
Sorry.
Tian steps between the pair of you slightly, in this manner of, she has her mission, and I will follow her wherever she must go. If it is into the belly of the lair of a beast, so be it.
I take his hand.
I think I like you.
Also, he can handle a spear better than I can, so he's probably more useful than me.
He looks over to you. Oh no, you're a better fighter than me. I can already tell that by just looking at you.
Nah, you're good.
We need someone to use all the weapons you can't carry, Glory, so.
Hey, now, don't...
You have more?
What are you saying?
He's already got the one he needs.
Glory sweats.
And what about you,
This is
Varys?
not the time to confront me about my hoard of weapons.
What about me?
Your mother is currently laying in the bed over there. Your family is scattered all over the world. We are about to march off into potential death that would give you the option for an out. There's no shame in it.
I mean, I won't say it didn't cross my mind. But if I was gonna leave, I'd done so weeks ago.
Very well. Anybody else? Speak now, forever hold your peace. Actually, don't. If it's a problem later, you can also mention it. But the point being that now would be a really good time if you wanted to.
I'd like to make a motion. And I go over and hug Zero. Shut up.
Yeah. I just
Tian
push
walks
her.
over and seconds this.
Motion accepted.
And the feather droops.
Most of the second-
He hugs him from the other side, so now there's two wings. It's two sets.
Fair the sandwich.
I
He's
just
gone.
I have
Goodbye.
I have a hand on each of their beaks, just pushing. Just stop it. Get out of
You
here.
push Kirok a little. Tian does not budge. It's like, eh. It's like you push
Yeah,
him.
I don't expect
Man's
actually
strength
move
score
to
is
the-
so bad.
Well, if you're a battle master like he
Okay,
is, you can
okay.
learn it.
Second thing, get off. Second thing, and there is no point in discussing actual combat with the dragon at this point. First priority is to get our various organizations that we know into this peace conference with the dragons. Whether or not they help with the actual fight is something down the line. So let's not get ahead of us. And for our planning session today, I would like to focus just on who we're gathering and how we're doing it.
My thoughts exactly.
Lexi speaks up. Sildar.
I mean, yeah, we've got that, but like, other than that.
I feel like there's some old people that we need to go see. Some old
I
people
feel
that we
like-
helped with the dragon almost a year ago now.
Well, I feel like
Oh
there's...
god, you're gonna make me get the other book out, aren't you?
Oh,
Where the fuck did I put that?
hang on. I actually need to look up their names because I have the named NPC thing up currently.
You know, Venom Fang, the one we killed. The very
Oh,
first
do
one.
you mean Rudolph?
Rudolph.
I remember what we called him that was not his name.
It was like... It wasn't
God
Radigas.
help you.
It was like Radolf or...
God, yeah, God.
Well, God help you, because that's in the Lost Mind of Fellow of our PDF, and that's all
Yep.
Organa.
I'll open it up. I'll open it up.
That's like a
Wait,
level
what
4
are we looking
druid. He
for?
ain't helping you with shit.
Well, no,
Just
but
a reminder,
Yes, but
people.
he had
not
he
all-
had he had links.
his faction.
Funnily
Yeah.
enough,
Yes, you have an Emerald Enclave waving.
Okay, so...
I'm going off memory. I don't take notes, remember?
funnily enough, Kirok, there are the two that you do remember was Vimac Stormwatcher and Ungrim Iron Fist that you had aid you before when you fought the White Dragon, the Goliath
They
and the
were-
Barbarian Paladin.
They were my people, right? Gauntlet
Uh,
people.
They're not
North
your
Alliance.
people. Yeah, they were
They were
Order of the
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet.
Oh, it's right
Yeah.
there.
No, they're my people. Also, his name was Radolf, by the way.
Rudolph.
Wow, you found that fast.
It's like session 3 in the first book.
Session 3?
Also, it was more than that, but like it's
Yeah.
the session. The way I know it is this. It was the session before the session where I only took notes via pictograms. Don't ask questions about the law book.
I'm
It's a
not gonna ask.
complicated, intricate process. It was session 13.
Remember, not all the people we're inviting are necessarily going to join us in this dragon fight, but anyone we can bring to a peace conference is always a good thing.
Okay, so
Agreed.
I've got a list
I
of
am
names.
already under duty to King Hekaton to contact both the dwarven nobility, and as well as that, I will be contacting the Emerald Alliance for any aid that they may provide for this.
Good
Okay,
point.
well-
Emerald Enclave, Gauntlet.
Enclave. We've got obviously the Lady of Waterdeep.
Yeah, I can try and talk to the
Harsh
Gauntlet. Why
Rag.
not?
The Lord's Alliance's this legacy speaks up. Yeah, I totally don't have the Lord's
Harpers.
Alliance's ruler just around my finger. And yes,
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
not
have
also
that.
one of the chief rulers of the Harpers as well. I can definitely get those two in for us. Getting the others will be helpful.
I can talk to the Gauntlet. I'm not that high a ranking, but I'll try.
Caveat
It
You'll be
might be
able to
worth
do it.
letting up to do some of these tasks. We've got a
no.
lot of ground to cover. We'll be in good company. We're not going to exactly be defenseless. We're going to be in strongholds of the organizations.
I
Yes,
feel like
'cause
splitting
teleporting
up
has
has
never
never
been-
worked very well for us.
Yeah, also teleporting has occasionally been hijacked in our
I
experience.
know what
Oh,
you
that
mean,
only
but at the
happened
same
once.
point, at the same
And it was
point,
by a
we just
demigod.
we just killed
Well, I
3
should-
of this
should-
dragon's kids, sons, daughters. We've also severely disrupted the Kraken. They're going to start to get real antsy. We're on a time limit here.
We need to contact everyone today and get them together today.
Well, maybe we should ask the king to bring forth a council of some of the other giants. I mean, we have our stone giant friends now.
Wise Angelas.
Only certain ones. I mean, obviously, well, some are a bit occupied.
should not be named.
Forun and Forun.
Yes, some are occupied, but the stone giants should probably be quite favourable towards us now. We got rid of Imrith. She was
Well-
revealed to be...
We haven't got rid of Imrith yet.
Yes, but
But-
she's no longer influencing them.
Yeah.
It's
We
a
have
working
we
friend.
have unmasked Imrith. We have revealed her to be the traitor.
Yes.
And word has been sent as Torun had left to return and tell them that Imrith had been a traitor.
We also know nobility from the plane of air, and although I am not obviously going to ask for any favors, as he suggested, just for freeing him from slavery, he probably would be interested in a peace conference with our plane and particularly the Giants.
At mention
We forgot about that.
At mention of the plane of air, I give Tien a little nudge and give him like a smile.
Tien is just going, what, wait. This is like a dog that just heard ball.
I'm literally going page through the notebook, by the way.
No, not so much a favour as we have an
What was
ear
this that you
in
were
the
saying?
Noble Council of the airplane, apparently.
Remember the one with about that white dragon? The second one, not the first one?
Where we freed
No,
a
I
Jin.
know it's a person.
Oh, sorry.
Tien's asking
Yeah, I know,
you.
I'm saying to Tien.
I-
Not the first one, the second one. There
I
was
lean over.
When we were telling him stories.
The one
The
that
one
I
he-
teleported to.
the one he
Oh,
teleported
you guys
to.
all. Oh, that story, the one that you fully did. We
Yeah.
monologued that you fully detailed it, correct? Sorry, I thought you were like literally going, by the way, he did this. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't go as far back as the Underdark, but we covered a lot of ground explaining to the mother.
We didn't mention Vlad at all.
I didn't like the Underdark bit.
We didn't
That's
Oh
mention
my
a good
Vlad.
god, guys. Out of
And
character.
do not-
let's
we
not
do
involve
not
Many people
Vlad in
talking.
this.
Hang on. Glory? Glory.
No, I was gonna say out of character, we could go get Gog.
Yeah.
I can't remember where Gog is.
He's in.
He's in
Gauntlet
Grim.
Grim.
Das knows.
I'm the janitor in Gothel Grim.
I know.
With the soul of a paladin in him.
Yeah, I remembered he had a circle of intelligence as well. Because I was like,
That's
shit. I
possessed.
He's sentient.
yeah.
Now, I wouldn't involve Vlad in this. Even just hearing of our plans, the temptation would be to
We're not speaking. to him
use
at
the
all.
information to attack, various cities on the surface and that while, they're busy doing other things. And, to be honest, Vlad might be a good backing thing. If this all goes tits up, he might be able to save the world in some
No.
sort of bizarre and twisted
You get
way.
a flick in the side of your ear, Zero, from Legacy. Absolutely not.
We're not going to.
Hey, like I said, he's not.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Did you
not
just
even
listen
a
to
negotiation.
what I
No.
said?
Not
I said
even
we're
anything
not
about him.
involving him.
Speaking of
Not-
things going
not
tits up,
involving
what are we
him.
going to do about
Not involving
Nesnar?
him. Listen to the word "not."
Well,
Specifically saying he
I
should
don't know
nothing
what to do
of
about
this.
Nesnar.
They're
I
both
mean-
out there and they're both doing their own thing now.
We will kill them very soon, but we're doing a list of people to help us, not a list of who we're going to kill.
Yeah. Also, another thing is, seeing as how much of a pain it was for me to break an oath, and how painful, I'm sure it's basically taken a toll for him to do that.
If he has a tool.
Well, seeing as
Quick
he
legacy
was
here. Yeah.
saying that he basically renounced his patronage to the Kraken, like that I've done to Cthulhu.
Number one, do we trust him when he says that? Number two,
No.
we're getting.
To be honest, yeah, no, there's never a way to trust him.
There's not what we need to plan about right now.
But-
we need to
I'm
work out.
just
who
saying
we're
he has a
contacting.
habit of appearing when we're in the middle of
Yeah.
something.
It's almost like he's a
But-
plot line.
But right now, what we're planning.
You get a slight nosebleed, Roman.
I've never seen hatred so instant.
who we're contacting.
Oh, what is this lever that is labelled plot device?
Right.
Wrong lever! Why do we even? Gregor's
Anyways.
biting your hole as you pull up. Why do we even have that lever?
Right. No.
Oh my god. Here's an idea. But first, can anyone scry in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not on a bad guy,
Hey.
on a willing person.
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
Did Faith get that thing that she needed that was really useful?
Yes.
The Odin thing.
The spear of Odin.
Yeah, that's what would you mind?
I mean, I could just do this, and I'll just do a send-in spell, and.
I mean, that would
ritual
also
and
work.
No, I'll just do it when it's prepared.
You do it. Boom.
I'll just straight up
What
ask.
do you say to her?
Hey, did you get that spear? Kells wants to know. Kells?
It's
Glory wants to know.
Another
Who's the
nosebleed.
Glory wants to know. You can reply to this message.
After a moment passes. Oh, I've gotten way more than that.
That bodes well.
Do- what the
Her
fuck
voice
does that
sounded
mean?
doubled over, even in the mental response.
Ooh.
Like good doubled over or bad doubled over?
You've never really encountered one or the other, so
Do I have some sort of sense that I should be worried about what situation she's in, or is she?
there was confidence in her voice. Surety.
You being doubled over us and we're sort of hearing two voices. He's sort of hearing two voices, not doubled
You
over
don't
us
know.
and
You
you're
weren't
holding
the
your
one who got the
stomach in pain.
message.
Somebody's got some divine favor.
Glory, I think she's good, but I just want to make sure. So then I'm going to scry on her.
Okay.
'Cause I
You
want to see what
scry
she's got.
on faith. Bye, bitches.
This was
Yeah.
either the best idea I've ever had or the worst.
I came to the realization that I never got identify of Varys, so I'm waiting for him to
Never shot at
identify the
Gauntley.
spear.
Oh,
He
I
very
do that.
deliberately did not give you an identifier.
Yeah, he's now.
got-
When I said to him, I was like, "I didn't get identify off you." He was like, "Oh, we'll sort that out when we next have free time." And I was like, "I don't know when we're gonna have free time next."
I can go ahead and do that.
Oh,
Why
okay.
did Legacy
I
flick
got it
my
whenever
ear?
we were basically like, here's a library of all the ritual spells.
Yeah,
in
I
the
think
world.
I must have.
Have
I
fun."
think I missed out on identify because I didn't have enough hours in the day, literally.
Yeah.
So it's the only one. It's the only one I'm missing. But if you're free and you can do it, that will save time while we're talking.
I was actually gonna say like Roman probably goes, "Oh, that's a new item. Go ahead, look at it, inspect it."
Yeah, Kirak would have done it, but she doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Also, side note, it's not coming home, boys.
Oh no! Let me express how upset I am.
Why did Legacy flick my ear? I was specifically saying nothing to do with Vlad. Vlad bad.
I
And
Not
she
think
wanted you to
resolving.
stop talking about it.
the entrance of Vlad to the conversation displeased her.
Yeah.
We have guys. Am I the only one who's not terrified about the quantity of allies we potentially have here?
Am I the only one who remembered that someone told us there was a fucking moonblade somewhere for Varys to use? I feel
Yes,
like
there
we,
is.
we
What
need to
else?
go get that.
Do we have time? We have to do a whole bunch of trials to get that thing.
Moonblades are fucking awesome.
I don't know that in character.
They're so
To be honest, I just
cool.
want to grab these people as quickly as possible because we're talking about
Yeah.
bureaucracy here. Even if we all split up and all envoy in different directions, it will take everyone ages to get their ass in the gear.
Also, as well, we know that Imrith is probably casting something somewhere.
Oh shit!
What just happened? You know things about my sister that I don't, and I don't like this.
Glory, your sister.
Immediately terrified.
That's good.
What does that mean?
Probably needs a bath, but she's good.
Wait, what does that mean? Keep expanding on what you are saying until
She's
you.
had a bloody good time, but she's good.
Okay.
You watch his legacy immediately performs a scrying spell.
Distrust. Doubt.
Mother.
Doubt.
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and
Her mouth goes wide as she's focusing on the scrying.
But she's okay, yeah?
I'm not just look.
Oh, she's more than good. She's more than good.
I told you. See?
Guys,
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't like this thing. What is happening?
You see what I mean there? She's okay.
guys, I just turned around. There is a cat fast asleep on my work bag.
Oh, you can't go
kidding.
to work tomorrow.
I can't go to work tomorrow.
Oh yeah, so apparently I'm not going into work tonight.
Nice.
Dope.
Sick.
I'd love enough to go into work tomorrow, but I know that's not going to happen.
So,
But also,
But, so yeah, we have faith then.
You definitely have your sister.
Des,
Um,
I'd like to basically take the time to use identify on the storm sphere.
okay. While everyone else is talking, you just walk up to Gian and whisper. He lowers down, let you touch the spear. It's a +2 weapon, granting, while flying, advantage on dexterity saving throws. Strong winds cannot affect you or your movement, and it has 9 charges. 4 of which can be used to cast Storm Sphere, 3 of which can be used to cast Lightning Bolt, 6 of which can be used to cast Chain Lightning. It recharges 1d4 at the start of a day.
Literally,
Keaton can
the
have it, I
best
don't want it
weapon
anymore.
for something that can fly.
It's got magic.
Suddenly, I'm disinterested.
Spell.
Ugh.
Magic. Ew.
More just
Roman, as
real
you're focusing
flying.
on it, as you're focusing on it and identifying it, there are sparks of lightning going through your mohawk, like this, like almost like a loading thing of ying, 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 ying.
What is this with everyone in this party
I would
becoming
actually
cooler
like,
than me?
I like the idea of it's basically like they're only going so far, and then it's like basically when
Progression.
It's a loading bar. The cast.
It goes like
Literally
maybe
an actual
10%
loading
in, then 20, then 30, then 40, then
He's halfway through his
I'm
ritual.
getting like Oddworld
He's almost done.
vibes.
He's almost finished his ritual.
Hello.
100% done.
All right.
Hello.
Okay.
Follow me.
Okay. Right. So,
Okay.
shall we get back to this list? So,
Yeah,
Right.
look, it seems to me that we have a fairly long list, and this is bureaucracy we're dealing with, so it will take some time.
no, it won't. We've got magic.
How do you
It won't-
figure?
we can do it all right now.
How? We can certainly
Uh,
inform them, but we can't. You know, this stuff takes time. This is bureaucracy. It takes a while. They'll drag their feet.
Don't be silly. Roman, you can still send messages, right?
Th- We can't get a nation to activate on a short a short tweet.
Well,
What? I'm not a bird. I'm a tweet.
yeah, I'm not a
Sorry,
bird.
animal messengers usually blue birds.
Would
for
everyone
some
shut up and let Roman talk?
But no. Actually, I've only was able to use sending because of
Oh.
Cthulhu.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I can. Okay. Well, I should be able to do it for a few people still.
Lacey just says, "I'll get Sildar, and that way I know he's going to show up."
Okay, right. Let's get a list. So we've got Shieldar. My pen's not working.
I'm already on it, my dudes, don't worry.
Rory
Varys.
is already writing.
Write it
The
down.
wizard says my pencil's not working.
So we've got Shieldar and the
And you're right, costs 50 good. So I've got Lord's Alliance, Sildar, Harper's Via Legacy, Gauntlet, me, question mark, Faith, also me, question mark, Emerald Enclave, the Dwarven Cities.
Yes. The Archmages, are they...
That goes
Har-
under Harper's,
is that
right?
under Harper's?
That's under Harper's, yeah.
Okay. And then the Lady of Waterdeep, Harsnag, you got that?
She might lend us aid, but I doubt she will make a physical appearance. She can't really do that.
Yeah.
but-
I
Good
understand.
enough for us.
Yeah, just some aid would be fine.
Lady of Waterdeep, non-physical.
No.
I mean, Harsnag.
Who even knows what that means?
The difference between me taking notes and Glory taking notes.
And were we still going to go to Fandor then?
Well, the meeting place is
There's
meant
gonna be
to
there's gonna be an
Fandolin.
embassy at Vandalin, basically.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to go there eventually.
But,
Did you list
well,
the nobility of the airplane?
Oh, yeah, airplane.
As a,
How are we
as a
getting to the airplane?
Strong.
We can find a way.
I'm sorry.
When there's real
How,
world,
how are we getting to the airplane through the gate? You have to go to check
yes,
in.
Glory
Yes,
doesn't
yes,
fucking
yes.
know.
Let's go to the airport first.
That's why you should call it the plane of air. It avoids confusion.
Tian puts
Oh,
his
right, that's what you
hand
guys are making use of.
over
Okay.
Kirok's shoulder. Well, there is an entryway at home.
I don't know if it's still there.
The entryway might be, but home isn't.
No, it's not.
But it's a way you could go if you wanted to.
Actually,
Also, I don't think we have to actually go there.
well, actually,
We don't?
No.
That's a shame.
The sound of me dropping the law book in my shock.
That's a shame. It's a lovely place to go for a holiday.
actually, I might be able to conjure an elemental to get word.
It's not necessary. Not necessary.
Okay.
I should be able to send our genie friend the message. Still, it should still work.
Remember, when we're talking with these people, we're not necessarily asking them to help with the dragon. We're just bringing them into the peace talks at the moment.
Besides, this is talks for our plane. I don't know if we necessarily need to. I don't think Imrith is a threat to the elemental plane of air so much
I
as
feel
he is.
Still,
like they'd
like-
be interested in such a large gathering of people. I think this could benefit
Alright.
them and us. in the
So
long
I
run.
think we should.
If
I think we should
Imrith-
keep it to-
If Imrith is declaring that she wants I believe that she declared that she wants to recreate the universe. So in that sense, it would be worth actually saying that this may in English would help. It would be a threat to the plane of air.
The Great Devour is bad for everyone.
Exactly.
All the planes are inherently connected in some regard.
If the Great Devourer eats all the material plane, the other planes sort of collapse in, and he can start chewing on them.
Yes, they
Well, I feel
support
like-
each other.
I feel like we should worry about the meeting between the giants and us small folk first, and then let's think about other planes as a second.
Imrith's.
So you cut out there.
We just heard Emirates, and then Emirates came in and killed you.
Oh, I'm so glad when my Discord just stops working randomly. That Imrith is very much the second phase of the plan.
Yeah, let's get people together. So we've got our group.
And then convince them to come and kill Imrith with us.
Are we sure you don't want to split up to do this? I'm not sure just sending
Splitting
a
up
short
never
message
works,
is
Zero.
I'm not a
I
big
mean,
fan of it. I'm the one who initiated... Oh, speaking of which, is your... Sorry, what was your name again? I'm looking at the bird.
Tim.
If, are you now going to be a member of the Moon Pigs?
Yes.
Cool. Somebody give that man a whistle.
He leans over towards.
I've told you, Zero, we don't need one.
They've not got lips.
Point!
He just begins going.
It's a symbol. Even Harshnag has one. He can barely blow the thing.
I don't have
If you actually look, it's tied around his pinky finger.
Oh.
I think they're in the
Oh,
bag,
he's
in
remembering
which case
something.
I will give him one, although I give him a look that's like,
Bless
don't
you,
take
Roman.
it seriously.
I'm just like, oh yeah, hey, mine got disintegrated. Sorry about that.
The noise of that whistle means there's an emergency. Although, you know, it's an old thing, and it just means you're considered one of us now. Congrats.
Could you blow it then, so I know what the sound is?
Boil mine.
Is everybody here? Nobody's going to have a heart attack if I test drive this thing?
Ashka
Roman, you
blows
blow yours. Ash, Roman, you both
blow.
blow yours. You blow it out.
I blow mine.
You blow it out
Yep.
for a moment. After you two blow it out, he mimics it perfectly with his own. Just
Excellent.
That works.
I told you it was unnecessary.
somewhere
I
down
am
his line, there
aware.
was a Kenku.
That's not
I'm
true.
aware the lack of
That's
work
not
makes it
true.
tricky.
That you know.
Hi, Tin.
That's not true.
No, Tin's hiding hiding under the bed.
Also, actually,
Tin's hiding in Harshnag's bag.
Yeah.
Also,
Not exactly a
all this is
glorious
going on,
organisation with
that's-
uniforms and that, but we have our whistles.
Would I be able to see if I could finish my clockwork owl?
Make your tinkering check.
Ooh. Oh God! Ooh,
22!
Yo.
You go back to your room
she feels. I'm having mythology feels.
and just going. It begins
Sorry.
fluttering. It is.
It's alive!
Now you
Oh,
have
no.
lightning crackling out of you as well.
We've turned him into Junkenstein.
You got it wrong. You have to get
Fantastic.
lightning in it, not you.
Shit!
Pull the lever, Kronk.
Roman comes back in, and now there is a large mechanical owl following him.
Yay!
That's
About 5 feet in the
fucking
air.
cool.
I
Tiana's
love
there
it.
going.
Finally got it working.
Tiana's just like, jaw dropped. That is a
That's so
fantastic
cool.
bird.
That's a
So-
very good burp.
Yeah, it's finally complete. I feel it needs a name.
You can't call it home, that name's taken.
By whom?
Oh, by this. And
Sorry, that was a really good joke.
Can't take who.
she pulls out her rainbow owl figurine.
Ooh.
I'm not going to summon her here because it's a bit crowded.
I would
She's
love to
real.
meet her. Magic.
Yes. I have several. And she snaps her fingers and Fune appears on the shoulder.
He just begins brushing up against it. Screeches.
A name, huh? How about
Delicious.
they? How about Bladewith?
I have no idea what that means. Because I don't speak Welsh.
Speak Welsh.
I don't speak Welsh.
I don't speak Welsh.
Or
Cthulhu. Fuck off.
It's Welsh.
You were with me, you speak
Speaks
Welsh.
Is it? You could call it Hwitik.
Or Goody Who is another term for an owl in Welsh.
Al Capone?
There are three
Al
kinds
Pacino.
of people.
Muhammad Ali. Ali. Alfred Hitchcock.
How many of these do you have on reserve?
Albus Dumbledore.
That was a good one.
Boo-boo.
Albert
Boo-boo,
Einstein. Olivia Newton-John.
Oh my god. Alright,
Oh
enough.
god.
You can't see it on the mask, but he has several nosebleeds.
Just a
That
little
might
bit
be I'm having a-
coming out the tip of the mask.
To the anime one.
But, oh, I mean, being that it is avian and creation and everything, I feel best to probably take an avian name.
Hwitik.
Yeah, that'll work. Well, but
I'm gonna be right back. 2 seconds.
Hwitik.
critic.
Do you still have my old set? My old tools?
I lost them, but I got new ones. She pulls out the woodcarver's tools that she bought, I don't know, 8 months ago.
He takes them, realizing he's no space to hold them, like any man usually does.
That's why she collects figurines.
Give that man a medal.
I'll make you more.
Need somewhere to put them first.
I need somewhere to put this first.
I'll hold on for it for now.
Begins cleaning up against you again.
Nice.
That doesn't work apart. I can't do the. Can't do it.
So,
Hey!
to me
I sound like a
myself-
fart. She sounds like a Pokemon.
Burp friends, no burp speak.
Imagining there's no cobwebs in here.
But I'd guess. What's the size comparison, basically, for me to the Clockwork Owl?
It's larger than you.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Wait, the
So
owl's
I could
larger than him?
technically ride on my new Clockwork Owl.
You could ride on your new Clockwork Owl.
Fuck yes.
Hell yeah.
It is a small creature, but it's the equivalent of, like, say, a dwarf getting a piggyback from a human.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So what you're saying is it's about as big as like a great horned owl, which are huge.
Yes.
I've been right next to one. It was massive.
Just so that you know, Bladewed is the name of a character from Mabin turned into an owl. And Goody Who is like the child's version of saying an owl
Oh,
in Welsh. Goody Who!
That's unspeakably cute.
it's
Goody
adorable.
Who!
Okay, so we've got our list. Do we want to set up a time for them all, or day, or when do we want to get them to meet? Like now? Get them to get to Fandelvar?
ASAP, right?
Right
Yeah,
now.
I think it's mainly as soon as we talk to them, tell them the situation, and then to immediately, as soon as possible, to get to Phandalin so that we can have the meeting.
Okay.
Legacy does chime in. The travel from Citadel Felbar would be quite long. It might be an idea to just have Gauntle Grim come as a representative, should Citadel
Right.
Felbar approve of having them there, just to save on time.
Do you
The
know
two
if
kings have-
Felbar-
The two kings have good relations, as I checked.
I was going to say, do you know if they've got any teleportation
The dwarves are very notorious for preventing teleportation circles. They're not a fan of them.
I read.
Yeah, we kind of learned that when we were there last.
Well, if gone all grim, I mean, they don't like people teleporting in, no?
They're not a fan of it, no.
Yeah, we'd have to teleport outside.
Do they mind that people teleporting out? Or they just not a fan of teleportation at all?
I imagine if you were to teleport, it'd probably be the best thing you could do for them to just teleport outside of their realms for the sake of ease.
Yeah, and then travel.
I'm just thinking about for speed. Some of these groups won't be able to get here straight away, but some of them can, and some of us can. I'm thinking we do partially split up to get to these places, so we can get all back straight away. I can get to Moongleam and to the Harpers. I'm sure they can teleport us all to Thunderlin.
Well,
I know.
If
someone
literally have two Harpers here, of Legacy being one of the major pins in that group.
Yeah,
if you all wanted, what I could suggest is I could have the representatives of the Harpers go out as respected individuals to make contact on your behalf. People who are more than capable of performing teleportation circles.
That might work as long as our
between.
names are attached.
Your names will be attached, and Harpers are very well respected among the higher echelons, particularly the Archmages. I'll know what one to send to the dwarves to make sure everything's easier on us with them, and I can get Sildar ready. But for now, maybe the best bet for you all to make your way to Phandalin.
Get it prepared.
This isn't a bad idea. The Harpers are those experts at making information move.
I think we need to clear some room in the mansion.
And
We've
we should,
literally
and we
never
should tell
been
the
in
people.
there.
We should tell people.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of big creatures arriving.
I can probably get a message to the Order of the Gauntlet somehow. I could probably find a way to do that.
Being-
We can do that now for you if you want.
I'm sure the Harpers can manage that.
It's possible for us to do that as well. They're more contacted with the Lord's Alliance, but they do have a base in Neverwinter. And if I was to make contact with Sildar there, I'd probably swing into there as well to inform them.
I mean, I don't think there's anyone.
They know
listed
you're a member, and they know I'm your mother, so it's going to be very easy for me to talk on your behalf.
So what we're saying is basically Legacy. You're going to get everyone together.
That's what I can do.
Okay. And all we've got to do is go get home ready.
Also, another thing, as it's basically my duty now, I will most likely be speaking on behalf of Hecaton as his herald.
Yes, that's what I was meaning in regards to the dwarves. They could have a small folk that is charismatic enough to be a diplomat.
Ashka immediately scans and taps rune pauldron.
You can have an actual representative with you, but you're the one doing the talking. She stands as the I am approving this message individual.
Yeah.
Usually makes it work easier with dwarves.
Normally.
Alright, everyone. I'm going to have to probably teleport Harshnag back to Neverwinter to Waterdeep. And I'll teleport us all to Moongleam. From there we can make contact for Phandalin. And I will send people out towards the other locations.
Maybe we should also get Varys's bum to a safe place.
She's coming with me. You can come to Phandalin.
Yeah, probably a good idea actually.
I'll have your father. I'll have Sildar bring your sister.
Only took you 3 attempts.
Cycle through the family.
Brother, sister. Yeah.
I've been up for at present 18 hours.
It's fine. We totally get it. We just ripped the shit because we love you.
Speaking of sisters, would I have a ability to come here at all?
That's a good fucking idea.
Potentially.
Did you say that in character? Because Zero will be twitching. What about them?
No. It's a name.
Okay. Yep. I'm fine.
So
Not
how
traumatized.
about I send Harshnag to Waterdeep, I get us all to Moongleam, and from there you all make your way perhaps to Gontal Grim first, and then back to Phandalin.
I suppose so, yeah.
That makes more sense, I think.
I can
'cause
get Neverwinter.
actually going to Gauntlet Grim is going to make a lot more sense.
How many people? Sorry, Kirok. How many people can you send?
8.
We've circles inside in the actual tower that could probably facilitate more people with a teleportation.
But it's getting too grim. They don't have.
They don't have a circle.
We,
That doesn't mean there isn't one nearby.
well, we always know what the alternate route is if there's no teleport available.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
The underdog?
No!
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 I was going to say, that sounds like a terrible idea.
The entire party goes, no!
Even Tian, who does not understand yet, because you haven't
No.
said the underdog, goes, no!
Sorry, Kirok. Did you say
That just
7? Did
sounds
you say 7
weird,
or
doesn't
8?
8.
So we can all go. There's
Yeah.
6 plus Tian and my mother
Because it's basically just us plus Tien, so...
and my mum.
Basically, I'm a mum. Stop fucking forgetting my mum.
That's 8 of us.
Your mother will wake up
I'm-
4 hours later. You're all gone.
I'm counting
in that
9.
bed.
Who are you counting Legacy?
Yes.
Don't, yeah, you don't count Legacy.
She's not coming with us.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. We're fine
She
then.
has her own things to do.
I can do a teleportation circle here after a few minutes of preparation just to use it quickly to go. And that'll be enough for all of us.
Oh yeah, and the Harpers also have the Archmages, and they can probably contact the Plane of Air. I just realised that might be a problem, and then I realised it probably isn't.
No, that's not
It's
why.
not like our main headquarters is 9 times out of 10 floating in a plane.
Astral
That's
plane.
not the more material plane. So yes,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Good stuff.
That does happen. Mention Zero's name. They like him.
I don't know why. I can't talk to
I think
royalty.
we
The
all
only,
know why.
the only group I could talk to is the Emerald Enclave, but any royalty I'm not talking to.
The only people you can talk to, and this is me as Daz, not anything else, is vampires and the Emerald Enclave.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
The vampires fucking love you.
Because you gave him...
Why? Fairly like them.
You're such an easy pawn.
Blood. Gallons of the
That's the
stuff. Give them all that you can give, and it will never be enough.
Blood.
I'm happy to
And
allocate
now
them
I've
to
outed all
drive
the
out some
former emos
elephants,
here.
God damn it!
Former what?
Yeah,
Oh my
sweat.
god.
Things haven't changed.
We've just gotten grayer.
Snake wields a knife.
We've just aged like Panic at the Disco has.
Vintage goth.
We've aged like a fine wine.
I've aged like milk.
See,
Stop
Big
it!
mood.
Just lumpy.
Answer that question.
And with that
Yes.
wonderful moment as
Yeah.
the Valoran mother awakes, you all begin explaining to her your next plan.
I give Legacy a hug.
You teleport via Legacy into the tower. She teleports away Harshnag to Waterdeep. She bids you all farewell as she teleports to Neverwinter. And you all make your way to another teleportation circle, which is very difficult to spot, but it's one of the further corner ones. And using it, you find yourself in an old ruin. And you can see the mountains of Gauntlet Grim roughly 20 miles away.
Can I copy? The...
Can I copy the circle?
You can both definitely copy the
Wait, have you
circle.
got teleportation circle?
You should ritual cast
It works.
No.
Oh, you can do that for teleportation, right?
Yeah.
It's elven stonework.
Yeah. Yeah. Standard teleportation can use teleportation circles as a home
Oh,
base.
nice.
So Kirok keeps copy of circles
more
in her
secure, right?
spellbook that she has.
Oh, hey. If, I'm sure I would have known that. I would have gave you all of my circles as well.
Yeah.
I'll go
Yeah.
with them now.
Both permanent circle and associated object have 100% chance of success. So she writes down all the circles in the book.
It's my 5th circle.
And on that note,
We're going to leave it there.
Yay.
Awesome.
That told me plan.
The next one we're doing is going to be on my birthday.
Wall of sound.
Piglet.
No.
Well, I think that went pretty well, everyone.
Okay.
We'll see you next week.
Yep, remember to shop at Game 2.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
There are real patrons.
Bye.